My guess is that a beast sensitive to light managed to get inside somehow and started to destroy them all. If it was a human that did this, they could have just found the source of power and shut them all off at once, or even just used the light switch. They continued to move forward until they had eventually reached the front desk. Now, all that was left was to enter the arena, and they did so, going through one of the entrances. When they exited, they had come out into the stands. As soon as they entered, fierce growls started coming from the hallway. "Quick, turn off your stone," Ian whispered loudly. However, it was useless. They could hear footsteps banging against the floor as something came rushing forward from the arena and into the stands. A loud screech echoed through the entire arena as the creature had spotted its prey and was now running full force towards them. "Transformation will now begin." As soon as this message appeared, a shooting pain could be felt all over Quinn's body. It felt as if his insides were burning with fire. The white of his eyes slowly started to fill with black, and his teeth started to grow in size. However, the pain didn't stop there. His body would jolt itself up and down, as if something was trying to break free. His nails grew slightly larger, and his skin started to form around his body even tighter. The features of his bones started to show more, and his hair was falling from his head. "Your mind is unstable. Your bloodlust has reached its maximum level. You are now a crazed bloodsucker. All stats will be doubled. Health will be halved. While in this form, all blood skills are unavailable." Although he had received message after message about what state he was in, Quinn was unable to read any of them because his mind was no longer there. The human figure remained, but what was now standing in the middle of the arena was no longer human. With a bold scalp and claw-like hands, the creature was hunched over. As it opened its pitch-black eyes and was startled by the light, it stumbled to the ground, as its senses were now super-heightened. It then let out a loud, piercing screech that echoed through the large training center. With its eyes closed, it ran forward at an inhuman speed, and when it reached the side of the wall, it dug in its claws and started to climb up. It quickly moved up to the ceiling before smashing the light with its fist. The light was now no more. With the light taken out, the bloodsucker was able to now open its eyes. It could see just as clear as if it was day inside. It let go of the ceiling, causing it to fall to the ground. The drop was at least 30 meters to the top, but as it landed, it bent its knees and walked off as if it had taken no damage from the fall. The bloodsucker started to roam around the training center. As it entered each room, it continued to destroy the lights. It only had one thing on its mind. It was hungry and was looking for blood. After transforming into the bloodsucker, Quinn's thoughts, his emotions, everything that made him human were gone. His body acted on its own, and that single thought of blood occupied him. Finally, he had returned to the arena in the training center, and as if it didn't know what to do, it started walking in circles waiting for his prey. Then, a few moments later, Vorden and Ian had entered the room, although they were quiet. Quinn could hear everything, their soft footsteps against the floor, and even their whispers to each other. His head turned and saw two bright lights. At first, the light covered the humans, so he was unable to tell what they were, but then they turned the lights off. He could tell his meal had arrived. Ian and Vorden could hear the sound of something running towards them, but it was too dark to tell what it was. Now that they had been discovered, there was no need to stay in complete darkness. Ian went to his belt to touch the stone, but before he had reached it, the beast was already upon him. Being in the dark had adjusted the two's eyes a little, and the LED lights going across the edge of the arena gave them little light. Now the beast was close enough he could tell it had a human figure. As the beast held out its claws, Ian too came out with his fists. "You want to battle with strength, then?" However, the beast's hands had wrapped around Ian's fist and stopped them in its tracks. Then, using its nails, it dug into Ian's fist, drawing out blood. "What monstrous strength! Damn it, to meet a humanoid beast of all types here!" As it smelled the blood fall from Ian's hands, it started to growl and screech even more. It opened its mouth, revealing two huge fangs. It then tried moving its head forward, clomping down its jaws, but activating all the strength in the beast equipment he was wearing, he tried pushing the beast back and managed to stop him a little. Then the beast lifted both of its legs off the ground and kicked Ian away, causing him to fly into the nearby wall. It started to rush forward as it saw Ian was injured, but before it could reach him, a metal chair from the stand came flying out from the side and knocked the beast away. Vorden quickly rushed to Ian's side and lifted him off the ground. "Thanks, kid." "What was that?" Vorden asked. "I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. but it looked like a humanoid-type beast. I don't know much about them, but all I know is they are one of the most powerful types of beast to be discovered on other planets. This is my first time seeing one, Ian replied. The chair didn't keep the beast down for long, as the smell of blood was too strong. It attracted the beast, and as soon as it got up from the ground, it immediately started running in the direction of the two again. "Turn on your lightstone," Ian said. "Huh? Quick, the lightstone!" As the two of them turned on the lightstone, the beast suddenly stopped. It covered its eyes and backed away from the two. "It looks like I was right," said Ian. "That beast must have been the one to take out all the lights. It looks like it's super sensitive." But the two were foolish, thinking the lightstones would be enough to keep the bloodsucker away from its prey. The beast didn't need to rely on its eyesight to know where the two were. The smell of Ian's blood was enough. From the stands, it started to rip out the chairs and proceed to hurl them at the two. Luckily, the chairs were made out of a metal material, so Ian and Vorden were able to repel them away. The chairs continued to be chucked at an incredible rate as each one was ripped from the stands. Then the beast decided to rush forward with its eyes closed. As it got close to the two, it started to attack them blindly. "How does it know where we are?" Ian said. "Vorden, get out of there," Rayton said. "What do you mean?" Vorden asked. "Can't you see? The beast is only attacking Ian. Something is attracting it to Ian." With Rayton's words, Vorden decided to break away from Ian and ran down to the arena floor, and just like he said, the beast had completely ignored Vorden and had continued to attack Ian. "We have to help him. Rayton, switch with me." "No," Rayton replied. "We could die. You had your chance before. It's time you learn your lesson. Get out of this one yourself, Vorden." Then a new voice was heard from within. "I will help you." Ian and the beast continued to do battle. Unfortunately for Ian, the only source of metal he could control in the arena were the chairs, and it took him some time to attract things toward him. He had 2 chairs out from the stands, and would use them as shield, blocking the beast's attacks. However, every time the beast would hit with its fist, it would completely tear through the chairs. The attacks were too powerful. Then the beast leapt through the air with its fangs wide open. Ian had no choice but to shove his forearm into the beast's mouth, hoping to avoid a fatal blow. He screamed in pain. "Blood is being consumed. 10 of 100. 14 of 100. Ian could feel the beast sucking onto his arm. He wanted to push and hit the beast off him, but as soon as the fangs penetrated his skin, it felt like he was under a slight paralysis effect. His body was unable to move. 25 of 100. As the beast was busy feasting on its meal, it was unable to notice the flying sharp object coming toward it. Like a spear, a metal flying object had come out and pierced the beast's shoulder. The blow was fast and powerful, knocking him off Ian. As Ian stood up, he looked into the center of the arena and could see Vorden standing there, surrounded by multiple metal chairs from the arena. "I just want to find my pet Quinn," the little one said.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.